Definitely not an appetizing smell either. Stop being cheap, Miss Vickie's, and season your chips. But is it a good flavor? Miss Vickie, do you know what spice is? Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with Nate and we're going to determine which Miss Vickie's chips flavor is the best one. We've collected all 8 and we're ready to get started. So we're going to start with this side of the bracket. Looks like first up we got Applewood Smoked BBQ versus Sea Salt and Vinegar.
It definitely smells very strong. It's kind of like a sweet barbecue.
First impressions, I don't really taste Applewood, but it's definitely a smokier kind of a barbecue flavor.
I taste a little bit of smokiness. It's very like a sweet barbecue to me, and it definitely has a lot of flavor, but I don't know if I could like eat a bunch of these in one sitting. Also the flavor is kind of mid.
You know, you can taste that there's preservatives in there.
Yeah, I think they're seasoned pretty good. They're definitely like more oily than your regular chip, and I don't know if it's just like the process they use to make it or if it's just like this flavor.
Let's see how these compare to Sea Salt and Vinegar. So, for some reason the Salt and Vinegar chip clip is missing. We're just gonna share what we remember so far. This is Dexter. I remember it being not very flavorful, especially for Salt and Vinegar. Usually, like, it burns the roof of your mouth eventually. Those ones, I wasn't getting a real strong enough flavor to end up doing that in the long term. What do you think?
Yeah, the flavor was definitely lacking. It needed more seasoning. I mean, you could taste the vinegar. There wasn't very much salt, but the vinegar was very faint because, like you said, usually those chips will, like, burn your mouth and, like, it's worth it. But with those ones, it really wasn't, and the flavor was just nothing special.
Yeah. Rest in peace to that clip. I promise we actually did try it.
Alright, next up in the first round, we have Spicy Dill Pickle versus Original Sea Salt.
These are already open because the camera decided to stop recording. Awesome. Let's do a smell test for the Spicy Dill Pickle. No spiciness coming straight to my nostrils. This is definitely a stronger smell than a lot of the ones we've tasted so far. Let's see how it tastes.
Immediately, the pickle taste is just like right there. I think this is the strongest like flavor that we've had so far. I'm not getting a lot of spicy, and I don't know if it's just because like I eat spicy food a lot, so like my tolerance is high, but it's very good.
Even I, who's not a big spice tolerant girl, can eat these no problem. A hot Cheeto I would struggle. These just fine. There is a little bit of a kick, which I do like, and the dill kind of covers up some of that artificial taste that I was getting from the smaller bags of chips. These are, you know, in a different league than the other two that we just tasted. These are crazy good. I could eat
very seasoned too. 10 times more than the salt and vinegar that we already tried.
Could down a whole bag of these. Next we have plain old regular classic sea salt. Smell?
It just smells like a potato chip.
Yeah, nothing special.
Tastes like a regular potato chip, although it's still not like salted enough for me.
These are underwhelming. You know, a classic Lay's potato chip, you can just have handfuls, okay? These, you know, they're kind of like heavier, so I'd be more conscious of like how many I'm eating. And yeah, there's definitely not enough salt. But for kettle cooked, plain old regular sea salt, they're pretty solid.
They're kind of disadvantaged because like the other, like the pickle one is so full of flavor, and this is just, you know, it's just salt and not even enough salt.
Right.
So.
Who wins? Yeah.
Spicy Dill Pickle.
It's not even a competition.
Strongest one by far so far.
All right. In the next round, we'll have Applewood versus Spicy Dill Pickle. So on my side over here, first up we have Smokehouse BBQ, not to be confused with Applewood Smoked BBQ, which we already tasted on the other side, versus Honey Mustard.
Ooh. Very barbecuey.
I will say these were the hardest flavor to find.
Oh yeah.
They do not sell these in big bags, at least not in our area. They do not sell the small bags in the regular store. I can only find them at the Walmart Subway, okay? Or on Amazon for $15.
Bruh.
Let's see if this one is actually tastes like a smokehouse barbecue. I think this is like a worse version of the other one.
I was gonna say, I don't think I like these. I'm getting more of like a syrupy barbecue than the Applewood, which you would think that one would have like more of a sweet kind of taste, but these are kind of like weirdly sweet.
Yeah, it's just bad.
I'm kind of getting an
I don't even want
aftertaste too that I don't like.
Let's
try those against
try the Applewood
these.
against these.
I'm definitely getting more Smokehouse from these.
Yeah.
They look the same.
Yeah, maybe we're getting placebo affected. But these ones are just, I don't know. The barbecue just tastes better. Maybe it's the Applewood.
Let's see how it compares to honey mustard. Sniff those. That's a weird smell. It's definitely not honey or mustard that I'm smelling.
Like, it almost doesn't even have a smell.
There's a smell in there. It smells like feet to me.
I don't go around smelling people's feet, so
I have to smell yours. So.
It's definitely like a sweet mustard taste. It's very like faint though. I think like it needs more seasoning, more, you know, stuff on the chip. But like, honestly, I don't mind it.
These are pretty good. I definitely want a bolder kick. It definitely tastes more like honey mustard than it smells. I keep thinking that like the next chip is gonna have more seasoning on it, and then just doesn't.
Good flavor, just not strong enough, which seems to be a theme.
Which one do we think is overall better? And moving on to the next round. Honey mustard. We have 3 of our top 4. Let's figure out this last one. Jalapeno versus sour cream and onion.
I'm getting a faint, I'm not getting any spicy, but a faint jalapeno smell.
Definitely not an appetizing smell either. But let's try them anyway.
I don't know if it's like the way they're cooked, but I'm definitely getting that oily taste again. The flavor's not bad. It's not really that spicy. I don't know if it's, I mean, it's jalapeno, so it's probably meant to be. I mean, the flavor is pretty good.
These are definitely not spicy. I would say the jalapeno from Jimmy John's chips are way spicier than these. Stop being cheap, Miss Vickie's, and season your chips.
Like, we can tell the flavor's good. I mean, at least for these ones, some of them not. The seasoning, come on. We like everything salty here, you know?
Right? Like this in the Midwest.
Bruh.
Let's move on to sour cream, herb, and onion.
I'm definitely getting the sour cream smell. This one actually has a strong smell, you know? Sour
It's
cream
not.
also has a little funky smell, so...
Funky. That's one thing that they could work on. Look, the packaging is cute, no artificial flavors is good, 150 calories is even good, lower amount of ingredients, but the smell, chat.
This one has more flavor than most of them that we've tried.
But is it a good flavor? These on its own are probably good. Once I've eaten all of the other flavors before this one, it's not giving. At least it doesn't have an aftertaste like some of them. If you ate the whole bag during lunch, you definitely have to brush your teeth after. That's just not something that I look for in a chip. Jalapeno or sour cream urban onion? Which one is moving on to the final 4? Gets the last spot.
I'm gonna go jalapeno, even though the seasoning wasn't there. You know, it just actually tasted good. So.
It has a remnants of jalapeno, and
Yeah.
that's a flavor that we prefer over sour cream urban onion, at least this version. That one in a variety, it would be the last one standing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna be pushed to the bottom. Nobody's gonna gravitate towards that flavor. Jalapeno might be the first one gone. So, for that reason, she is moving on to the next bracket.
The final 4.
Let's go through and do a little memory lane. Sea salt and vinegar, okay, but not flavorful enough to beat Applewood Smoked BBQ. Sea salt really has nothing on spicy dill pickle. I mean, that's kind of an unfair matching, but whatever. Smokehouse BBQ,
Bruh.
disgusting. Not a fan. And sour cream urban onion, too funky to move on to the next level. For our top 4, we have Applewood Smoked BBQ versus spicy dill pickle, and honey mustard versus jalapeno. Which one should we start with?
We did those ones second, so I feel like we should start with this one because, you know, we had those ones at the beginning, so
I think you're right.
might have already forgot the flavor.
Some of these I wish I did. Let's see who's moving on to the top 2 flavors of Miss Vickie's chips.
You know, when we first started this bracket, I said this one was mid, but low-key, I think it's pretty good.
Definitely flavorful. Definitely not disappointed when I bite into this. Like, if I got these at Subway with my sub, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah. If I got the Smokehouse BBQ.
Bruh.
Spicy dill pickle time. Not even close. This is so flavorful. And it just tastes such like pickle. So like, I mean, if you don't like pickle, you're gonna hate this. Maybe they didn't skimp us because, you know, we made a big boy purchase and got the big bag instead of the low one.
invested in these boys. So good. And maybe it's just because this is one of their newest flavors or something. They're really trying to hook us, and then later on they'll taper out some of the seasonings. I'm not putting anything past these major companies, right? For now, these are really good.
I will dock them some points because there's no spicy. Like,
if it was spicy dill pickle, we wouldn't be able to put these down.
You can't like mark it spicy and then have no spice at all.
Miss Vickie, do you know what spice is?
All this will do is, you know, make your breath smell like pickles.
Worth it. So, who's moving on to the final two? Spicy dill pickle or Applewood Smoked BBQ? I mean, come on.
You're in the championship, big dog.
Our second to last round. I can't say that I'm not happy that this is ending soon. Honey mustard versus jalapeno. Who's moving on to the next and final round? Let's figure it out.
You know, these are kind of starting to grow on me.
I do love a honey mustard chip. These, I like them, but I don't love. Okay, jalapeno. Let's see.
We've eaten a lot of chips so far, so I don't know if flavors starting to blend together, but like, I'm not getting the taste as much. I'm getting a little bit of spice.
And as a fan of jalapeno chips and of Miss Vickie's, at least before this video, I don't know what's going on today, but those honey mustard ones are definitely, I think, a little bit better than these.
You like the honey mustard better?
Maybe a little.
I was gonna go honey mustard, but I thought you were gonna disagree with me.
I thought
it was gonna be
gonna.
our first disagreement. I don't know. Maybe it's different chips in the bigger bags. Like,
That's what I'm saying. And I seriously thought this was gonna be top two. So I'm sorry, jalapeno, but you've been beaten by the big chip. Honey mustard. Moving on. There is something to be said that the top two are in the big bag. Spicy dill pickle versus honey mustard in our final round. We're about to find out which one is the best Miss Vickie's chip flavor in America. These are good. Even after eating all these chips, I keep wanting to eat more of these.
I just want to sit here and eat all these chips.
Our final taste test of the day. Who's excited?
let's see.
Honey mustard Miss Vickie's in the big bag. Let's see.
Other than the pickle, best flavor for sure.
Put some salt and pepper on there, guys. What's stopping you from doing that? Like, honestly.
I will give it like this flavor, and I don't know if it's just because it's like a sweeter mustard, but I don't think it's as oily as the other ones.
Yeah, these, I feel like I wouldn't get sick of the flavor as fast as I would, you know, the ones that didn't make it to top two. But if I'm gonna pick between spicy dill pickle and honey mustard, I mean, come on.
I think we all know who wins here.
Sorry, honey mustard, you're in second place.
That's not
Second
bad.
best Miss Vickie's chips.
Not bad.
First place, overwhelmingly, goes to spicy dill pickle. You want to do the honors?
Spicy dill pickle, you're the king
Oh yeah.
of Miss Vickie's.
Spicy dill pickle is the #1 Miss Vickie's chip in America. Thank you to Nate for being part of this video. Like and subscribe. Get yourself some spicy dill pickle Miss Vickie's chips and let us know what your favorite one is in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. I do not feel good.
I thought I would enjoy this more than I did, the eating part.